Shit. Welcome to this channel. Right now I'm playing in this very alternate tuning. What's going on? I'm great, brother. I'm great. Brother or sister. Yeah, I'm just chilling. I was actually at this jam the other day and I was playing around a lot with contact juggle. Beautiful prop, and I'm just kind of randomly inspired to engage in this. But also been playing around with this tuning that I created. It's like a dropped B, but I took the lower two strings here and I actually kept these a whole step higher. So I'm in dropped B, but then I have these two strings are actually in alternate tuning where they're a step higher. And then I'm also in 432 hertz. So I've lowered the entire register more aligned to the sound of nature. I do requests. I honestly do not do requests typically. I'm a improv artist, original artist. Yeah. Nice camo. Sick, thank you. Why, thank you, Red Bull. Thank you, Red Bull Princess. I feel for as for request type things, if there's a song that, you know, it's kind of like a cinematic landscape, because I spend a lot of time creating like atmospheric landscapes based on like movies, video games. If there's like a type of energy from a song or a soundtrack or movie score that you like, that's something that I would focus on creating or just would do in the future. But beyond that, is that a Martin? It's a Yamaha, actually. Yamaha. I love Martins too, though. What's good? Welcome, Rem. What's good, brother? Do you know the song Chubina? Can't say I do. Can't say I do. Give it a quick Google to see exactly. Chubina, slowed looped. Chubina. Huh. I see a few things pop up. Huh. I'm assuming this is, I can't play it for, you know, copyright reasons, but. interesting alternate tuning. Yeah. What's the cool thing using like a bow? This is a Picasso bow. Picasso bow. What's good? What's good, brother? Welcome, Teatro. Appreciate you, dog. What's that thing? Cool thing using? Yeah. This thing, yeah, it's Picasso bow. Very successful on these low strings. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Beautiful sound, I agree. I've been very enamored. Very enamored. Very full sound, very full sound. What about a Western theme? I mean, I could try something a Western theme. I could imagine, let me turn down this nature sound for a second. I think, like, if I think Western theme, if I think of something like, what's that video game? There's that, like, that Western video game. I forget what it's called. Never really played it, but it's one where you're like a cowboy or something. What is it called? Imagine Western theme music if I were to try to... It'd be like a lot of finger style kind of chords blending. Though, albeit, I'm in an alternate tuning right now, so I'm in like a weird dropped B. But I can do some chords. Red Dead Redemption, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Yeah, I like looked at it for a second, but that's correct. I don't even know how that theme goes, but I imagine... All I can say is I know for, doing like a cowboy or almost like a Western energy, it would require basically very tasteful key shifts. And because I'm in a drop B alternate tuning where I have a split key, I could do something, but it'd be difficult to make it very consistent. We'll see. I can probably do this. don't know. I almost kind of lean more into The Last of Us, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think doing requests at this point is really as easy because again, I'm in alternate tuning where it's split, so I'm not in a regular key. All the scales are completely shifted, but that's kind of Western. I think like, if you're familiar, the only difference really between like playing say a Western or like a Spanish or a Middle Eastern sound or an Egyptian sound or classic rock or jazz is literally just awareness of scaling through the keys. So I can create some very unique interactions with keys, but to keep it focused on one particular genre, all it really requires is my awareness to just sit in the one key and key shift at the right time alongside cadence. Yeah, never seen someone play guitar like that. I play guitar too, but this is really impressive. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I've been playing guitar for a long time too. Like I know a lot about guitar, but this is my creative exploration. Picasso bow with drop D alternate tuning. This is a weird setup. I discovered this yesterday actually, and I'm hyped on it. What I sort of dub this is almost like this is an ancient sound. The sound I've stumbled across in this drop tuning is basically like almost like an ancient Mayan, sort of like ancient Egyptian sound. And even it's just a beautiful tuning. Like if you understand anything about just typical music, it's standard tuning, shifted to 432 hertz. So it's like right on the brink of standard tuning. So it's not 444, it's 432. But then I took this tuning and I dropped the 432 down to drop B, and then I changed the last two strings, or the top two. These strings, I kept them a key higher. So it's extraordinary, beautiful sound, but it requires you basically to key shift when you're doing these top two strings. Weirdly enough, it's almost like it's the exact opposite. It's the exact opposite of basically what you do when you're playing a standard tuning. So it's like instead of when you key shift, from going from like string 1 and 2 to 3 and 4, you shift everything. It's kind of like you shift it even further in a different direction. But the beauty is this is the thing, is when you're in alternate tunings, what type of music do you play usually? I mean, pretty much lots of like finger style progressive rock, like sort of Spanish / jazz / like flamenco, kind of like modern finger style. But yeah, appreciate originality and expression. Thank you, dog. Thank you, brother. Appreciate this. This type of music you listen to. If there's a rock band, like which one? I mean, rock bands, I listen to a lot of like alternative rock, like punk rock, psychedelic rock. So basically everything you could think of that's like, I like Queens of the Stone Age, I like Oasis, I like 3 Days Grace a lot, I like Breaking Benjamin. Yeah, I mean, I don't listen to like a lot of new sort of rock, but I listen to like basically everything that's like universally is powerful and beautiful. I listen to actually the music that I listen to, like I spend a lot of time is guitarists. Like I listen to like a lot of like Alexander Misko, Marcin, Ichikanito. I listen to a lot of Estas Ton. I listen to like also like medicine kind of tribal music. It's like I listen to a lot of bass music. That's a lot of the music that I'm like discovering nowadays. That kind of really inspires me indirectly. Like that's the thing, is like I become very inspired often through dance and engaging in dance portals through electronic music that's like really intricate and like very orchestrated. Like movie scores, like Hans Zimmerman stuff, and like elaborate like atmospheric journeys. That's kind of what I aim to listen to often. Which makes sense because that's kind of the music I create. just doing all this crazy cat acrobatics. Just like stretching around. Legend. Legend. Yeah, but as I'm part of my intention here, for some reason I just felt very inspired to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna play around some contact juggle dimensions, because I've been doing this a lot the last day, last 24 hours. I've just been entrancing myself and other people at like events and raves and flow jams. I'm just like multi-dimensional experience. Are you dancing with your guitar? I mean, sort of. Sometimes I do. Yeah. Irrelevant, dude. Your face remind me of Lex Luthor from Superman. Nice. Nice. Thank you. That's high praise. Your Oasis. Oasis is my favorite. Yeah, brother. Dude, Oasis. I love Oasis. I've like it's funny. I've only like discovered them like 5 months ago or something. Like I actually was just like, I was like, whoa, like Oasis is actually insanely dope. I mean, I'm actually unfamiliar with a lot of their music because I'm like slowly bridging worlds, but I'd say Live Forever is one of my favorite songs. Supersonic is definitely one of my favorite songs. A lot of their stuff, like I'm on, again, if you have any recommendations of like top Oasis songs, I'd love to hear them, because Oasis is actually a song that I've spent time like covering, breaking down the riffs. I don't do a lot of like vocal performance, but I play their music because I just love it. It's very fun, it's very chill. I think, yeah. So what type of music and plays of that? Originality. Give me some Nothing Else Matters. I can't say I know Nothing Else Matters. Like I know of the song, but I can't play it. Such a beautiful song, though. I feel like I should figure out how to play Nothing Else Matters. Music. Right there. Champagne Supernova. That is a beautiful song, absolutely. I think I've heard it so many times on the radio, it's kind of like I've kind of lessened my appreciation for it, but not like, I mean, it's the band itself is extraordinary. I want to say that Jesus loves you, brother. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, brother. That's a beautiful sentiment. Appreciate that. What's that? It's a beauty, yeah. This guitar, I mean, if you look up close, it's kind of got some, you know, some little dings and marks and stuff, because I've had this for 11 years, but very beautiful guitar. I honestly, the sound of it, I've come to like love it deeply. What's good? What's good, Kibby? Welcome, Kibia. How does your cat react to this music? She loves it. Yeah, my cat is like blissed out. Yeah, like if I'm like doing vocal stuff or I'm like playing tons of pan flute, sometimes she gets like, you know, very uh like tweaked out, but most times she's just like vibing. She's just, you know, yeah. She's happy. She just like, I think she just likes the sound of my voice and my energy. Like she just hears it and then she's just chilling. She's very intrigued. Very intelligent cat. Good afternoon from Boston. What's good, dog? What's good? Much love from British Columbia, my friend. Discovered you today. Greetings from Germany. That's wicked. Welcome, brother. I appreciate your energy. Yeah, this is I'm like a new channel. I've been around, I think 6.5 months is how long I've been here. I've been streaming for about 4 months. So I'm like very new to the block, but I'm also like, I'm really like, I had a wave, like a couple weeks ago where I just kind of blew up at some point randomly, which was great. And I'm kind of like simmering down, but I'm also in this interesting phase where I'm just like focusing, community building, like building my community via streams, but I'm also like doubling down, be like, all right, like now I'm so ready to just like dive deep in like making high quality content to just like connect, with the YouTube algorithms and stuff. What's good? From Jakarta. Interesting. Curious where that is. Jakarta, Indonesia. Sick. Far out. Blessings from Canada. Indonesia. Very nice. Yeah, the scales, it's funny because kind of like I was speaking earlier, it's a split key. I think that's that's just what I'm going to call it. It's like, this is one key, and then, well, it's one key, and then these are dropped down to Bs. These are down 2 steps, this is down 1 step. But it's also in 432 hertz, so it's dropped like a fraction of a step. It's a trippy tuning. It's a very trippy sound, but that's the bizarre thing, is this is such a weird tuning, but it sounds beautiful. Like, it actually sounds magical. I would have never expected that. It's magic. Magical tuning. Let's master this a little bit. Let's give this a little bit more blend. Sure. Interesting. Is the resonance different when the sphere is near? Not really. I mean, this sphere, it's a crystal, like it's a contact juggle ball. So, I mean, it doesn't really do a lot other than it's like an illusion. Like, I actually had this conversation with a DJ. He was like playing this like set at this thing, really trippy show. And he basically was telling me how we were talking about how perception, like it's almost like, when I talk about lucid dreaming, this is an altered perception. Like, this is an illusion of your perceptive field, where it's like the moment you basically see that, perspective is just, like, even the visual perspective, visual field is an illusion in general, and you're basically focusing, say, like as a prop like this, you're literally basically creating illusions. You're playing with the illusionary nature of your visual perception. It's basically giving you almost like a connection to the metaphysical anomaly that is, visual field. That's what I find with it. It's not like it also has energetic properties, but it's more of like, it's a visual thing. I'm glad you asked, I'm in dropped B, but I'm also, the last two notes are actually to dropped. Technically, I just dropped them one step down. Like I'm in D, G, B. Let me see. Yeah, I just lost my tuning a bit because it sometimes goes out of tuning. Basically, I'm in dropped B. Then the last two strings, they're dropped one key, so everything's dropped two steps. Two steps. These four. The last two are one step, but I'm also shifted into 432 hertz. So basically, if you understand, like 440 hertz is standard tuning and perfect tuning. If you go about that much off tuning and it's perfectly aligned, it goes into 432 hertz. So I took I took 432 hertz. I think I'm choking on the violin rose and dust. But yeah, I'm in alternate tuning where I created this actually. I just discovered this tuning literally yesterday. I was like, what if I did this? Went to 432 hertz, dropped it to drop B, and then I kept these two strings in a different alternate tuning. And this is what I came up with. It sounds really dope, I must say. It can be kind of tricky to play, like you gotta understand how to key shift. But here, as you can hear it, that's the open tuning. So great. Just decay a little bit. Not probably sure. Anyways, let's see what I was doing. Yeah, so nice. Yeah, it's a beautiful sound, honestly. I've never heard of anyone do this sound, but I mean, yeah, I've been a musician for 16 years, and I've had people that I've been drawn to create like punk rock and psychedelic rock projects, but for whatever reason, it's never materialized. You know, it's like I feel like in some way I have a sort of deep-seated belief that bands, like being in a band, is kind of like a sacred bond. It's like a sacred alignment. If you have it and it aligns with your creative path, then it can surely like accelerate your growth as a musician. But I also think if it's not sacred, like if it's not truly aligned with your path, it can actually creatively decay you. Like it's almost like, for me, I've almost looked at being a solo artist. This is also, you know, I'm on my own unique path. My path seems to be more drawn to orchestration. Like I'm a composer. I like to orchestrate music. I like to do multiple different elements and have it all kind of flow together. And I've noticed over the years, for whatever reason, that really works with my creative energy. Like I basically see it that I never lose creative momentum because I'm not trying to like externalize my creative bursts of energy from any other people. And it's developed this way where it's like now I can create endlessly and I never have any sort of other relation. I like to collaborate with people. I like to jam with people. But so far, I've never found people that I'm like, okay, these are my band members. I've met some that are close. And sadly, like the one that was like really aligned, he actually passed away. And I actually wrote a song about him. It's a beautiful song. But beyond that, yeah, so far, no band members. Jesse Alexandra asked a few random questions. Looking for someone with a small stream right now. Ask questions about live stream. My studio mates are trying to get into a stream. Set up an event in April. Sure, yeah. I can probably answer you some questions, yeah. And then Emma's asking, yeah, I'm playing improvisation, so I'm just doing pure improv right now. Yeah, that's what I do actually 90% of these streams. Like, I sometimes play out originals, like stuff I'm working on, but I basically like to create an improvised channel where I'm just doing everything all on the fly. That's what I strengthen a lot. But it's beautiful because I notice this alternate tuning. I'll be very honest. This alternate tuning is not necessarily easy to play in. It sounds very deep. It has very like rich, natural harmonics. But the thing is, if you're really good at harmonics, if you're good at harmonics and sort of certain dimensions of like, yeah, blending in harmonics and improvising them, then it's like you can pretty much play in any tuning. Like that's the thing, is that's actually a thing that blows my mind, is if you understand like natural and artificial harmonics, you can basically learn to improvise in any tuning. Doesn't matter how weird the tuning is, doesn't matter what key you're in. If you understand harmonics, like say this is what the natural harmonics set at, and then I even just go like play two, notes, I can always find the harmonic, do a slap harmonic based on the harmonic, even if I'm in alternate tuning. See, I just shifted the key there. It wasn't intentional, but I can always find the harmonics based on understanding where they're aimed at. Like I always know, okay, this is a harmonic 12 frets up, another one 7 frets up, another one 5 frets up. Like I can always recognize, even if I'm in weird ass alternate tuning, I can always trust the artificial harmonics and make it very easy. Bless. Yeah, bless. I'm in British Columbia, my friend, yeah. Try playing Good Night from Kino. Honestly, I'll look into it, but I have no idea what that song is. Yeah. That being said, all of that aside about me and my band relationship, strangely enough, a few years ago, I actually had a vision for a project. I call this the what is it? The Seventh Dimensional Doors. That's a project that I wanted to start. It's basically like a fusion between psychedelic rock and punk rock. And it's like a band idea that I think I wrote like a few songs that were like really strong and really like beautiful and metaphorical. And I think in the future, if I were to create a band, I would probably call it that, the Seventh Dimensional Doors. Yeah. I don't know why, but that's just kind of what flowed through. And the idea is like crystallized. Like I understand the genre I go through. I understand like what kind of energy. It'd almost be like the Mars Volta mixed with like Closure in Moscow, mixed with like elements of maybe like 3 Days Grace. Like that's what the band project would basically be. I don't know when that's going to come to life, but that's the vision I've had as of a band particularly. I mean, the song, I've honestly only posted the song on my Instagram. Like it's my personal Instagram. I posted the song kind of as a homage to my past friend. I mean, in the future, I will maybe this is my my reminder from the universe that I'll just go through that song again. Oh, sick, we hit 1.0 04, so 1040. But yeah, in the future, actually, I think what I'll do is, because I think that's a really beautiful intention, is I'm going to take that song, re-record it, and perform it and put it on my YouTube, because it's a beautiful song, like one of my favorite songs I've written. It's a vocal piece, too. I share Remember Me from one of your streams. Remy. Vaguely, I vaguely remember you, but I don't know, I get thousands of people pop in, but good to see you, my friend. If you remember the context of how we interacted, then I would remember you vividly. So is there a workaround to needing to have 1,000 followers and actually go live on YouTube? I don't remember that being a rule last time we did live streams at my workplace. Jesse, Alexandra. Okay, there's a lot of things to consider, but no, you only need 50. You need 50 subscribers to go live on a mobile device like this. I'm on a mobile device. I'm on my phone. Personally, I think that's the best way to do it. But you actually need 0 subscribers if you use something like OBS. So a streaming platform like OBS. You use that, you need 0 subscribers, and you can actually subscribe or you can stream on your computer. So you don't need any limit to it. But the caveat is, streaming's a weird dance where if you desire to like get a audience, like a true audience, more than like 5, 10 people or whatever, like as a full viewership, it's like almost like the algorithm has to calibrate to what you're doing. It's like you basically, even me, I have 1,000 subscribers, which is a beautiful benchmark, but I'm not going to get blessed by the algorithm. I had a period about a week and a half ago where for whatever reason I was getting like a lot of viewership, and I would get regularly like thousands of views, and I would get like something like, maybe 40, 50 people present, which is pretty powerful for a live stream basis. And then that actually disappeared about a week ago. It's like it was going hard for like 2.5 weeks. That's how I grew my channel base from 200 subscribers to about 950. So that was like a nice wave where you can notice basically the algorithm at random just it just plunges you based on, you know, how much viewership you're getting, how high quality your streams are, and, you know, how engaged you are. But I saw your acoustic guitar bow and said, hell yeah. Beautiful. I love that. I love that intuition. That's what's up. It's a powerful sound, yeah. And honestly, violin is just extraordinary, and it goes very, very well with the guitar. Like a dude who knows things. I do know things. Ask me any like questions about philosophy or the brain or music or dance or whatever, like those kind of domains, and my mind just has like a lot. It goes off in many, many tangents. That's also why I'm a streamer. My brain is just so full of stuff. So I just like to create. I think I went out of tune a little bit here. Yep. I think too, like being perfectly honest, if you're talking about like streaming, like capital S streaming, like the streaming that, you know, full-time streamers do or whatever, if that's what you desire to do, it's almost like streaming is basically like an extension of creative realms. Like it's a creative endeavor. Like, you know, I'm improvising everything in the stream, from the words I'm saying, from the guitar I'm playing, from whatever I choose to do. It's all improv, right? I'm just doing improv nonstop. And the idea is that it's like a performance art. It's like if, you know, if you were an actor, which I'm also an actor, but not a very good actor, but I am an actor. And you basically, you learn to just improvise. Like everything you're doing is like you're strengthening the act of improvising. If you can improvise, if you can just like think, okay, what's going to flow next? And just flow with it, then suddenly, you know, you can do whatever you want. Whoa. Stuff's falling over. So can you play Space Oddity solo? Honestly, no clue, friend. No clue. Yeah, let's go back to the refreshed comments. So I guess you need 7 band members. No, I would say no. I think, bruv, if I were to think what my band is going to be, it's probably just going to be 4 band members. 4. You know, maybe even 3. Like a bass, rhythm, lead, and vocalist. And I think I would be the vocalist, and I would also be rhythm. And then I need a bass, a strong lead, and also, you know, a drummer, of course. And I think I would like one of these members, even like a secondary, like the rhythm or the lead guitarist or maybe the bass guitarist would also be a vocalist, would also be a woman, because I would love to harmonize with her vocals. And it would be like psychedelic, but also punk, and yeah, that's the vision. But who knows? You know, who knows on this wild, wacky adventure that's life? Who knows where musically, like that's the funny thing is, like as an artist, you know, I've been a guitarist and a musician for like 16 years now. I'll be perfectly honest, if you're a musician and you think you're like, oh yeah, I know exactly how it's going to play it, or oh, I have a, you know, this is what's going to happen in the next 10 years, you're probably insane. It's like you're probably going to be wrong. Like you got to be like super open to basically realizing that every year your journey is going to evolve in a very beautiful direction. Like don't get me wrong. It's like you got to be very open to the evolution as a artist. Like that's how you succeed, is you become like, you see the way that everything is like intrinsically weaving into multiple different dimensions of being an artist. You know, you're not trying to fixate on one particular domain. That's how you succeed as an artist. And obviously, if we're talking about succeeding as an artist in 2026, an entirely different realm. It's a very, very unique thing that requires very specific mentalities, and obviously also just being really good at what you do. Let's see. So got you. I do appreciate the feedback so much. We're going to do an Instagram live stream. Prefer to do YouTube. for safekeeping archival. Interesting. Yeah, I've never done Instagram live streams, but I could see myself doing in the future. I mean, I think, I'll be honest, I have some opinions about Instagram where, I mean, nothing negative, but it's like, I think Instagram is good if you're like an influencer, you know, if you're trying to like hit some sort of mark, like a fitness influencer or maybe like a, I don't know, model or photographer. Like there's specific niches that I think Instagram fits very well. YouTube, on the other hand, is kind of like a diverse platform for like every given niche you could think of. There's more, it's more competitive, it's a higher learning curve. But in my experience, it's like YouTube is the top tier. Like it's kind of like Instagram, it's like, yeah, it's great. It's a modality. Facebook, TikTok, and like all these other platforms, it's like they're decent. But in my opinion, YouTube is like what you want, where most people want to succeed. And I truthfully think it's the top tier. Good luck on your journey, Jesse. Absolutely. She seems like a gem. Yeah, honestly, you got this. You got this, Jesse Alexandra. I like that too. Your last name, my middle name is Alexander, so yeah, that's beautiful. It's a cool guy. Heck yeah. What is this song? Do that. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm playing improvisation. I could definitely see myself writing a few compositions in this tuning. And I just discovered it yesterday, so we'll see what's happening. Good times. Okay, yeah. Agree. Do you watch other live streamers? I actually don't. I've never watched any live streamers. Yeah. I mean, I consider it if there's like ones maybe that I'm like collaborating with that I want to like, you know, check out and be like, hey, like let's do something. But that's kind of part of the fun is I started live streaming about 4 months ago, you know, for the first time in my life. Never seen any live streamers, never been a part of that community. But I was like, I want to create a new dimension of live streaming. Like that was just my overwhelming intention. And the more I've done it, it's kind of been reinforced. I'm like, oh, word, like, I think I'm definitely meant to be a streamer. But beyond that, I think I'm meant to be like a new category of a streamer. Like maybe it's not new, there's other people that do this, but I have a very specific intention on how I desire to live stream. And basically, it's just creating like a meditative, almost like sacred, safe space that's also obviously just performing music. Yes, glad I stumbled here. That's wicked. Appreciate you. That's beautiful. Welcome. Welcome, Jesse. You seem dope. You seem like a kindred spirit. Yeah, that's wicked. I'd love to hear about your project. You know, briefly, what's your vision? I want to know how you control that iron ball. This is actually crystal. It's crystal. And I'm glad you asked, because it's an illusion. Everything is an illusionary element. It's called a contact juggle ball, because the idea is if you have one point of contact, you can then manipulate the ball. Like you can create illusions. You're basically playing around with it in different ways. It goes very diverse. Like you can do lots of crazy stuff with it. It's like the point is like you're supposed to just like learn to create illusions that is physically connecting to the ball, because the glass ball or crystal ball, it's just a sphere, right? And it moves in a three-dimensional way. And the idea is your physical dimensions can actually control it. It never moves, but you're creating the illusion of movement. And you can do so in many, many different ways. And it's actually an illusion to the eyes. The eyes see it, and then it doesn't know how to process it. And that's kind of part of the beauty. Like if I put down my guitar a bit here, like one of my favorites, this is a great trick where it's like, basically like, just like a doing a little calibration. And then you can also say, come into here, and then just play around with the dimension here. Or you can like twist it and then go like 3D. And it's always like, even if you're doing like a movement where like, okay, you're going here, but then you take it and control it from here, and then maybe you twist it this way. It's like you get to like explore all the dimensions of the sphere itself, but also combining it with like a style of like movement and dance, and it's all about illusions. Yeah. It's funny, I was literally showing my friend sitting next to me your stream. Looks like a long lost baby brother. Very nice. That's beautiful. That's very beautiful. That's a trip. No, I look like a lot of people, I've been told. And, yeah. I'm a dude. We talked about some YouTuber that lives in the woods, away from society. Yeah! Right, yeah, there was the buddy from Canada. And we were just, like, conversating. Right. Yeah, that was chill. Yeah. Beauty. What's good? But to pass me subscriber. Thank you, brother. I'm sure it'll equalize. The great, beautiful algorithm will bless you. Will bless you, my guy. Just guaranteed. Guaranteed. It's just my time. But thank you, Floyd. So that. Whatever else you said. Yeah, I don't even know, bro. These streams go in such wild directions where I'm like here and then I'm there and then it's just like, I don't know. Yeah. It literally looks like magic. Yeah, dog. It is magic. That's the thing magicians do this. This is like often, it's like a prop. It's a sort of almost like a circus prop, but it's less circus prop because it's more like, it's just a ball, right? It's just a crystal. Yeah. It's beautiful. So fun. And especially when you're in a rave or something, or you're just chilling, you can just basically hang out with people and just like create illusions, and it bounces, mirrors everything. Like you create illusions, so you could be in a cool place and you literally are just creating this interesting little illusion of everything around you. It captures all the mirror images of it. It's a good one. Yeah. Felt very called to share. Yes. So the streams I'm doing just kind of goofy. We have an art studio with 7 people and a collective of about 18. Nice. Huh. Nice. Well, that's fun. I love that. I already love the fuck out of that, Jesse Alexander, because, like, I think what's important for this, like, YouTube as a whole, but this stream kind of thing is, like, if you are centered on community building, that is a key to succeed. It's like, you're trying to, like, you can build a YouTube channel that's just like, you teaching this, or, you talking about you or whatever, which is great. That may succeed. But I think it's important in YouTube that it's a community. Like, we're all like a community. Like, the highest successful YouTubers, the ones that have millions and whatever, they all have communities of people. And obviously, because they've achieved it, they found their viewership and whatever, or their fan base. But it's all a community of people, all just interacting and connecting. So if you're already, like, community building, you're promoting community, you're chilling with people in the real world, that's I think that's a great intention. So we meet every Tuesday in the book club and make group meals and share homework. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think too, without going too deep down the rabbit hole, it's like, I think in YouTube, what I've noticed is a very important element is entertainment. And what I mean by entertainment is, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be like, like a monkey jumping through hoops or whatever, but just allow yourself to be entertained, like entertain yourself, have fun. as much as possible. You know, it's like, it's not like you have to be a whole stand-up comedian, but it's fun to be able to just like let loose and just unapologetically express yourself and, you know, be human, be a human. Yeah. So like moving chi ball. Yeah, facts. Wicked. Thank you. Thank you for chiming in, Remy. Appreciate you, dog. I'm going to stream us playing Beyblades. Nice. Ah, nice. I don't know if I could stream ever for hours every day. Yeah, it's probably not the move, bro. I know, like, even for me, like, when I was, like, even when I had, like, you know, a little upsurge or a little uptick from the algorithm, and I was streaming for, like, multiple hours or, like, an hour and a half, like, 2 to 3 times a day, eventually, like, I was like, wow, this is, like, draining. Like, this is so much. And I think in general, if you're gonna be a streamer, like, because this is the thing, I'll be honest, I do want to be a full-time streamer. Like, I think in the future, say in the distant future, this is actually what my goal is. In like 6 months, you know, say I have like 30,000 subscribers and I'm like making AdSense revenue, you know, I'm making like X amount of money per stream. That is going to inspire me to be like, you know what, word, I'm going to have fun and master the art of streaming, where I'm going to go on streams where I'm going hanging out at the beach, you know, I'm going to do streams where I'm chilling at home, just playing guitar. And I think it's basically like, if you're very intentional and you know how to integrate a stream intelligently, and you're making money and you have a community that you love and it's like a beautiful reciprocative experience, then it can be something that's like joyful and euphoric to do, you know, for multiple hours a day. It's like you really enjoy the process, but you have to, like, just like anything, like, you know, learning the guitar, for instance, you have to master the art of streaming. You can't just like wake up and be like, oh yeah, like, I'm a streamer now. It's like, you can be, maybe, I don't know. But it's like, you gotta like learn, there's an art form. And I think the art form of streaming too is honoring your energy. It's honoring your boundaries. It's understanding the mind, understanding people. Like, there's a lot to it. But truthfully, I think once you unlock the art of streaming, like, if you're like, oh yeah, I love streaming. I know how to hold space for people. I know how to, you know, do this little intuitive dance. Then it can be something that's very fruitful. But yeah. Do I have any pets? I have cats. Yeah, I got cats, dog. Definitely takes work ethic. Yeah, it's like, well, this is the thing. This is the thing. I mean, this is the beauty. I'll be perfectly honest. This is a very important thing, I think, of being a content creator. You know, it's like, say you're a full-time content creator. You're killing it. You know, you're killing it every metric. You're making money. You're making lots of money, right? You can easily burn out, right? You got to be, like, intelligent. It's almost like the key reason why we're becoming content creators, or why we're grinding it out, you know, for this period, is eventually you're not going to have to grind. You know, you're going to hit a point where, like, once you have a consistent fan base and you're receiving sponsors and ad revenue, you will not have to grind. Like, you'll, like, oh, I could work 1 hour a day. You work. And that's all you have to do. You could work like 5 hours a week and you'll be making like insane amounts of money. Like, that could be your ethic per se. But that's the key thing, is with, and this is actually applies for a lot of growing businesses and succeeding in a lot of creative worlds, you have to, at the first piece of it, you have to grind your ass off and not necessarily receive anything for it. But that's the point, is it's almost like it's tapping into the same dimension of delayed gratification. You have to basically learn to see like the long-term vision, and yeah, allow yourself to fall in love with the process of creating something that's a whole new model of experiencing things. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. How does it feel never seeing us? I mean, truthfully, it doesn't bother me, no. I see many people, I connect a lot with real people in the real world all the time, and like, I understand like the diversity of human beings. Like, I work in film, right? So I'm around like massive communities of people often, where I meet strangers every day. And I basically do the same thing that I do on these streams. That's the funny thing, is like, I'm literally just interacting with like people that I meet, that are artists, that are random people, that are, you know, actors and background actors, and I play guitar. Like, I bring my guitar and play guitar. So it's basically the same thing I do on these streams is what I do in real life. So for me, I don't mind half the time. I'm like, oh yeah, humans are humans. Like, humans are humans. Like, we're all humans. But of course, the caveat that's important, you know, is recognizing this is not the real world. This isn't a real interaction per se. Like, this isn't the same. But this is the thing. It's not necessarily about a YouTube live stream. It's about all social media has the same sort of realm. You know, I'm not under the misconception that this is the same sort of interaction we'd experience, you know, if we were walking down the street and we interact with each other in a park. Like, this is very unique. It's a different sort of thing. And I think if you're a live streamer, it's important to make those, like, clear differentiations of being like, oh, word, this is not the same. This is not the real world. You know, we're not experiencing each other the same way. And it's also, you know, it's important to just recognize it. Like, it's like, in the future, I'd love to do collaborations, you know, with people that I connect with other streamers, other YouTubers, create this, like, real human experience. But I guess the part of the streaming dimension is a social experiment. It's a social experiment for me to learn to hold space for other human beings. At least it can be. You know, my primary intention is to, like, play meditative guitar and create cool music, you know, build a community. But yeah, it takes a very specific mentality to be able to step outside of yourself and be like, oh yeah, we're all human beings. Like, there's a bunch of human beings beyond the screen, and I want to sort of honor who they are without also recognizing that this is not a normal interaction. Like, we're not sitting here on the street, you know, in the regular human world, but that's also a vital thing, because the human world is everything. Like, we need to be able to understand how important those real world interactions are and how that healthily shapes our perspective of all of our interactions. Yeah. I found out how to do consistently. I believe I made a new good short. That's great, bro. Like, Floyd, you definitely inspire me. Like, I've said this once or twice, right? You inspire me to see the value continually in shorts, which is very important. Because, I don't know, if I'm not mistaken, you've grown a lot of your channel from shorts. I did that for, like, the first 100, maybe 150 subscribers, and then I just went all in on streams, and that's how I've grown my channel primarily. But I think it's wise for myself to take a page from your book and be like, word, you know what? There's so much to gain on shorts, and I think it's smart to, yeah, grind out shorts and allow yourself to, like, capitalize on shorts. It really is. I sometimes forget that. So what is my cat's names? My cat's name is Abby. Yeah, look at her. She's just, dude, look at this. I think she knows she's being watched. It's okay. Yeah, she's off in her own world. That's the thing, is cats, they got lots going on, you know. They're zoned in. But she often just kind of zones out. I have to go to bed now. Wicked. Yeah, thanks for being here, dog. Join your stream again. It was nice talking to you. Sick. Thank you, brother. Thank you for joining this channel. We're growing, baby. We're growing places. I swear, recently I've been making a lot of, like, ambitious shorts, or not ambitious shorts, ambitious long format, and some shorts. And I've realized I'm, like, kind of, like, low key at this place. I'm like, man, my content is not getting blessed by the algorithm. But that doesn't matter, because, like, streaming is also a modality that I can thrive. And my streaming has actually been, the last couple of days at least, it's been progressing. Which is not like it's obviously, you know, it's just me. It's my extension of my energy that I bring. But yeah, streaming it's the portal. It's one of the most powerful modalities of YouTube. So if it's working, then something's working. Comedic shorts about guitars and the way people tune them. Yeah. Now he's a guitar YouTuber as well. So that I have a guitar, but I'm not going to play right now because it's very late at night. That's fair. That's fair, Emma. Yeah. That's the thing, is for me, actually, what I do, if it's late at night, because I also, yeah, I can't play because I have roommates, what I do is let's take a step outside. I also have a side room that's kind of like a sitting room, and I just go in there. I got, like, little side rooms, and I can step outside and live stream till, like, 1 in the morning if I want to. Usually I don't do that, but that's kind of the beauty. It's like I can live stream as late as I want if I desire to. Oh shit. My preamp has a low battery. Actually, also go take this. So I'm gonna get some batteries. 1 second. We'll be back after these messages. Whoa. Everything just falling. I'll leave you guys with the sound of nature. Now I'll be back in like 30 seconds. What is this? Oh yeah, there's my stream. 14 people watching. Let's go. 1K views overnight. So fun. Most of my shorts are like little clips of daily life, like funny photo dumps. Yeah, that's part of the beauty of shorts is like you can do anything and everything with shorts. Like it's a very experimental dimension. Cause without getting too deep down the rabbit hole, long format it takes specificity. Like there's a very specific way you have to interact with the algorithm to succeed in long formats, and also you got to put out high quality content. Like it's got to be something people are like intentionally engaging in your channel to learn about. Shorts, you can basically do whatever. You could do you sitting there talking for 30 seconds. You could do any given dimension of 30 seconds, and there's potential for it to succeed. So which I thought was funny and kept posting random crap. Yeah. I don't know. Shorts are dope. But I mean this is the caveat is shorts are cool. You can gain subscribers. You can learn how to experiment with YouTube and what your fans like. But obviously there's limitations with shorts. Like you can't make money off shorts. Like you basically it's very, very difficult, if not impossible, to make actual money off of shorts. And even further, you can't get strictly monetized from shorts unless you're fully shorts. And even then, you need like 10x amount of views beyond for shorts. So shorts, they serve a very specific purpose. But in the larger context, like if you want to be a full-time YouTuber, shorts do not play a lot of the roles that you probably want to fulfill. Just stopping by to say hi. Sick. A mushroom day. Bro, that's awesome. Well, I hope you have a great mushroom day, my friend. Like, genuinely, I need to have a mushroom day myself in the near future. But that's super dope, bro. Happy you're here. It's fun to just have them somewhere safe online. Feels like a meta gonna disappear permanently. Yeah. Feels like meta is gonna disappear permanently any day now. Interesting. I'm curious what you mean by that. I'm gonna take a piss and get some new batteries, but I'll be right back. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Amazing. Stupid blah blah blah. Nice. All right. Let's get back into making music. What is good? What is good? Yo, money is good, life is good, music is good, but guitars are awesome. Let's go! You said it, my guy. All these things, bruv. We're in this reality. We're making money, making music, we're making good energy, making love. We're doing all of it, baby. Yeah, this is cold hard facts. You gotta do it all, man. We're in 3D reality. We're in this 3D existence. You just gotta do it. You gotta live. You know, living, like Matthew McConaughey says. You gotta be living, baby. All right, let me plug in here. Yeah, that's dope. I guess maybe I'm 35 and been through eras of internet and certain websites going on, see MySpace. YouTube has always been really consistent. YouTube is special, like for real. To Jesse, YouTube is special because I'm 31, so we're in a similar generation. I'll be honest here. For us, like I don't know what you're in. I'm a millennial, right? I think I am. When we're in like millennial kind of realms, we play a very specific, special role. Obviously, we all do, but millennials, like myself, I'm 31, and I had internet indoctrinated into my life when I was about 12, right? When I was about maybe 10, 11, 12. Like, that's when technology really took its grip, you know? Smartphones became a thing, Facebook became a thing. I was 11, 12 years old, and that's when it, like, or no, it was when I was 13. I was about 13, that's when I really was, like, indoctrinated. But the idea is that I feel like for us, you know, millennials or us in this kind of generation, right? We play very specific roles. It's almost like a sacred role, if you will, where we were indoctrinated. We had 10 years of our life. We had a childhood that was without, you know, heavily oversaturated technology. And I think this is very important because we're also the ones that had the ability to see through a lot of the programming. You know, at least ideally, hopefully. You know, if you're a person that went on the conscious path, decided to see through the programming, live a life you want to live, you get to see through the programming. And what's amazing about this is you get to be a ambassador. You get to, you know, be a one that gets to pass on a healthy, integrated perspective on your relationship with technology. And this is really important. You know, it's like, if you're one that's like looking at the younger generation, a lot of them, they grew up with technology. They had fucking smartphones when they're like 3 years old. Like my sister, she has a 1.5-year-old, and her 1.5-year-old's already watching television. I think just like engaging in little subpar dimensions of technology. Like that's insane. Like to think if you're like an infant and you're already like indoctrinated in technology, that sucks. I remember when I got my shorts past 5K was audience retention. Right. Yeah. I mean, if I'm being blatantly honest, the jump from maybe like 500 to 1,000, not significant. The jump from 1,000 to like 3,000, pretty significant. The jump from like 3,000 to 5,000, sort of significant, but not really. The jump from maybe 5,000 to 10,000 beyond, significant as fuck. But I think in the numbers of shorts, like if we're really looking at it, I think shorts, it's like you're either, you know, you're succeeding, like you're getting like nothing, maybe 1,000, or you're getting like 4,000. And if you're in a larger channel, you're going to hit 10, 20, 30, whatever 1,000. But even then, like, what's that really doing? Like, if you're a consistent channel, like you have a established brand, you know, you're killing it in YouTube land, you're doing streams, you're making long format that's maybe popping off. It's like shorts, they're sort of like a little wave in the ocean. And that wave matters, but it's like, truthfully, it's like shorts will serve you until they don't. And I really feel like it's like important to keep in perspective the limitations again of shorts. Not being said, like that doesn't diminish any domain of like shorts are extraordinarily valuable, and if you're utilizing them intelligently, they will make a significant difference. But it's almost like for me, it's like I continuously look at shorts and I'm like, yeah, but what about long format though? Like what about successful streaming though? Like it's kind of like I can't really look at shorts the same way where it's like it's just like a little, it's a drop, it's like a wave in the ocean. I want the tidal waves. Of course, that being said, everything I'm just like expressing could be a limiting belief. I could be like, I don't know shit about the true dimensions of success that shorts can make you. I would say 6-second shorts, and most people watch for 15 seconds. Yeah. It's a thing that I'm wrapping my mind around. You know, I think about this often, but not too much. Is audience retention. Like, what's, like, if we're being real here, what does it really take? What's it really look like to create content that people are like clicking on, being like, whoa, this is dope. Let's watch this for 1 minute, 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. Like, as YouTubers, I think that's like the most immediate step, is like what you think is like, oh yeah, this is valuable content, versus what your viewers are actually watching, is literally the difference between succeeding in YouTube or inevitably consistently failing. It's like, it's almost like if you could somehow unlock the ability to understand how to keep your audience retained in a way that's integral, that's not like a, you know, some sort of weird trick or gimmick. If you can do that, if you like really engage your audience, you will succeed in YouTube. Like, think about this. If you create a long format YouTube video, like just one good video, maybe it's like 5 minutes, maybe it's 10 minutes long, and from the start to the finish, every viewer is just like watching and they're like, whoa, this is crazy. I'm engaged. I want to know what happens next. And they're watching your entire video. That's all you basically need to like create some crazy algorithmic, you know, success that will bless your channel, bless your algorithm profoundly. Like, click retention, viewer, you know, watch time is literally everything. And it's bizarre because, you know, a lot of us YouTubers, we don't maybe necessarily think about that, especially when we're new. We're like releasing videos, we're like, oh yeah, we gotta do the niche, we gotta put out videos, gotta put out videos. But your click rate and your audience retention might be garbage. Like, mine is not great. I'll be honest, my long format YouTube retention, not great. I mean, I had one video that I did that actually did pretty good, like objectively, but truthfully, it's almost like if your audience is not engaged, it's hurting your algorithmic flow. It's literally hurting it. If it's not succeeding, it's failing, and it's inevitable. It's like, if it's not succeeding, it is failing. Like, no matter what, it's like the algorithm does not lie. Like, if your content is not delivering, not to say that's like the ultimate to like be discouraged by it, but if you're not like getting successful retention, and it's the algorithm's not like going, oh word, this guy's doing something, let's deliver this to the higher algorithms. It's basically lowering your retention. It's lowering the way, like, if people aren't watching your videos consistently, the algorithm's like, okay, this is a guy that people aren't watching his videos, and they're not going to consistently deliver. So it's just so key to consider that. But like, word, how can you actually just create a video where you're straight to the point, where you're, you know, nailing these different metrics of what you actually want to talk about that's actually engageable to your target audience? And once you figure out that, you know, then it's I'm sure it's a walk in the park. I'm a new ass YouTuber, so I haven't figured that out. And maybe, you know, it will take some time, but yeah. I was kind of out of pocket last stream. It's all good, bro. It's all good. We all are out of pocket sometimes. If I get 30K daily, it'd be for an extra 500,000 per month. Get 30K daily. I guess so. Well, that's because, I think because you have a sponsor, right? Or you got that sponsor fellow. But typically, you would not 30K daily. No, you wouldn't. 30K daily for views, you basically make like a few dollars. Like, you wouldn't, a few, maybe like, I don't know. I don't done the math, but the actual ad revenue you get from shorts, like the ad revenue, I don't know. Again, I'm not monetized. Maybe you know the metrics better than I do. But from what people have expressed to me, it's so low. Like, it's insanely low. You make like very little money from shorts, even if it's consistent, which is a sad reality. But I mean, I don't know, maybe you're doing the numbers, maybe you have the momentum, so let's do some math. I'd love to see the math. I mean, again, Floyd, you're onto something, my dog. Like, you're onto something. I would say you're not onto something. Like, you got some, you're like, I'm onto something, you're onto something, like, we're figuring something out. You're at 1,000 for a reason. At least you apologize. I'm out of pocket without apologizing. I've never seen you out of pocket. But I mean, Commander, he's like, I don't even remember half the time. I think he's just, I don't know. He likes to roast. He likes to roast motherfuckers. But I don't know. I think I just personally, like, the caveat is I don't like people spamming on my channel. No matter if it's like you're spamming love or you're spamming, you know, memeing, trolling. If you're spamming on my channel, you're probably gonna get timed out. Like, that's just the piece of it. And even further, like, without going on too much of a tangent, like, you gotta recognize, you know, I get it. If you're like, you know, a dude that wants to like say unhinged shit or, you know, evoke a reaction, that's cool. Find those streams, find those streamers. Like, you know, enjoy YouTube. You know, have fun, laugh at yourself, laugh at other people. That's not what this channel's for. Like, I'm saying this very, very clearly. It's like, if you're a dude that wants to just, throw on roasts and memes and make this, I'm sure there's streams that exist that are great for that. That's not what this channel's for. This is a music channel. I create a meditative space. I'm here to talk about philosophy. I'm here to, create meditative journeys. Like, that's what this channel's about. So, find a streamer that aligns with you if you're trying to, like, get all unhinged and throw out some comedic stuff. Like, I'm all for it, bro. Like, in real life, I'm literally, like, I would be with you. But this is a stream with an intention. I'm trying to grow a community. I'm trying to grow an audience. So I gotta be, like, specific. I gotta be like, hey, like, this is what this container's for. We're promoting XYZ. Anyway, what the F? I've never seen this guitar technique. Nice. Play the pen thing. Oh, yeah, word. I got you, dog. This is a violin or Picasso bow. Ooh, that was a very... Oh, damn. What happened there? I think I know what happened there. Very nice. Yeah. Appreciate that, Johnny. Master of Puppets, yes. No. I think I'm as far as I was last time, bro. Like, again, I mean, I can't express enough. Covers are, like, so low on my priority board. Like, I know, and again, I'm in alternate tuning, so I won't even try to play Master of Puppets right now. But, it's legit, like, I don't know, like, I've said this once or twice, but I think I just gotta articulate this further. It's like, if you looked at, like, my schedule, like, my brain schedule, right? And I'm like, all right, I got a bunch of things to do, or things I want to do. It's not even like I have to do. It's just like I'm inspired. I wake up, I'm like, hell yeah, there's so much I want to do. Playing a cover, like going like, okay, let's go and figure out a cover and play a cover. Very, very, very low. Like, very low on my list. I got to, like, eliminate this long list of things that I desire to do to then be like, okay, let's do something completely outside of the box. Unless it's like I discover, like a new musician that I'm just like, hey. Yeah. What is the object? Yeah, bro, this is a Picasso bow. Picasso bow. I mean, you can get this on Amazon for like $30 or $40. Just get this new. It's like a knockoff version. Because I buy these like every month. But the idea is, yeah, it's a Picasso bow. Yeah. Just trying to apologize. No, yeah, I accept your apology, dog. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not, like, fluent in the, like, modern lingo, but yeah, I don't think any point of what I've done here is crashing out, yeah. I was just communicating the intention of my channel, communicating the boundaries of this channel. That's it. That's what I've tried to do, but I appreciate, though. I appreciate you, Commander. I feel like no matter where you're at, like, I hope you're doing well, brother. I hope you're, working through or integrating what you're integrating, and I appreciate the self-awareness, because that's important. But I think it's, yeah, with that. Thanks for morning, Picasso bow. That's dope, bro. You should, yeah, 100%. I mean, I'll put the caveat is, I use also a preamp, like this guy. It's a Tonewood amp. And that helps, like, stretches out the natural resonance pattern. So, that creates it so, like, if I'm unplugged, it still sounds pretty good. And the other thing is, you're going to want to get rosin. Like, if, for the buddy watching, the Picasso bow comes with rosin, but this is D'Ario, D'Ario, whatever it's called, Kaplan. So D'Ario Kaplan, this is like very cheap, but this is violin rosin, it's actual violin rosin. This works way better than the rosin they give you. And also another caveat, I mean, you don't have to buy all these things, but using like this, like an actual sand paper to say sand your rosin, like this. You see, and it gets all this white rosin. Makes it really easy to apply the rosin. I think Commander's just trying to evoke some sort of reaction, but nobody's crashed out. Yeah. I crave it, and it's always making Yeah, you crave it. It always makes me want a Werther's original. Nice. Picasso. Yeah, she's right. Yeah, it's Picasso, like a guitar bow. It's like, it is against, it's like a Picasso bow, you know, it's like a play on words to Picasso the artist. Rosin. It's delicious. Absolutely, I guess. This is Rosin, yeah. This, honestly, yeah, I don't think it's, yeah, I get you. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Jesse. I get you. Let's do something here. I'm gonna do some little update. Okay, cool. I know you're playing. Little minds that. Yeah, it's, I think all of this, like, let's be real here, and I find it interesting, this is an invitation for self-awareness. Like, if anything, if you're a person that's a troll or is, you know, trying to project, that's okay. You know, you might get timed out, you might be asked to exit this channel, but this is all a beautiful moment of reflection, to have self-awareness. And all I can say is I appreciate Commander leading with self-awareness, and, you know, I invite you to continue that, brother. Like, you can be comedic, you can have fun. Life is not meant to be taken seriously, but it is important to be self-aware. You need to realize we're adults. It's important to know how to communicate. It's important to learn how to navigate social dynamics, you know? It's a part of life. Anyways. It's not 135 a month, not 500. It's 135. Yeah. See, that's not bad. It's not like that. Come on, Commander. You gotta. I don't know. I can't tell if you're just like you're in a bubble where you're just trying to like troll people or project. But all I can say to you, Commander, is like I'm trying to hold space for you, but you're also, if you're gonna project, because you know what you're seeing. This is a YouTube stream, brother. This is not a place to argue. It's not a place to be like, hey, this person's real, this person's fake. You know, we're not. This is a stream. Like if you want to have a conversation with somebody and make sense of your, you know, what you're feeling, do so face to face. This is a YouTube stream. This is the internet. If you're not doing that, then this is not going to work out for you. No, it's not going to make sense. This is not the real world. Anyways, I'm telling you. Gonna just practice this little, yeah. Just type it in a thing. Very nice. It's not gonna make the miserable go away. That's not. Yeah, it's like, again, I want to be very forthcoming because, you know, I appreciate the stream, I appreciate the space, and I appreciate my audience here. My regulars, like, I want to honor them, but Commander, you got to recognize, like, this is a stream. Like, air your perspectives, you know. If you want to make comments about this and that, but this is a stream, brother. This is YouTube. This is not this isn't like school. We're not in school. We're not in a college room. We're not, you know, at a rave. You know, just like, you got to pick your battles, brother. You got to pick your battles, you know. Save your energy. Honor your energy. If you're sitting here projecting and, you know, throwing salt at other people, that's not doing justice to what you, as a person, like, you know, beyond the screen, what you need to nurture. So none of these people, like none of these comment section people, whatever you think about them is probably not real, right? They're fellow human beings, right? But you can't make assumptions or, you know, try to make any negative projections, but you don't know them, you know? You don't know them. You don't know me. Like, I'm just here, dude. I mean, you get to see my face, and, you know, you know me a little bit, but anyways, we can safely assume Commander's kind of looping here. Like, don't take anything he's saying to heart. He's trying to make sense of some shit. And again, if he continues to sort of, like, you know, throw jabs at the audience, then I'm gonna have to time him out, and that's just how it is. All I can say is, as I've, continued to understand, in the future, like, heed this very openly, is, in the future, realize I'm going to have to be very active about the boundaries of this channel. Like, if someone's just, like, saying stuff like, nope, not aligned with this channel, I'll just boot you out without thinking about it twice. I mean, I'm in this place where I'm trying to, like, let people make sense of these things, maybe heal the perspective, but when I'm, like, juggling thousands of people, I'm not even going to think twice. Like, moderators will boot you. If you're saying things that's, spewing hatred or is misconception that's not allowed on this channel, moderators will boot you in 5 seconds. Like, you won't be able to even type in your second remark before you'll get kicked. And, like, that's how it's going to be in the future. And I'm kind of just holding space, but I don't think you're jabbing at anyone, Commander. Nothing you've said I could even pretend is personal or even relevant, so, yeah. That's cold hard facts. One sec, I gotta play with my volume here. Oh, that's pretty tight. DK, Predley. That's what I want. Yeah. Any tips on progressing with playing guitar? I know some basic chords and how to read tabs. Beautiful, beautiful question. Like, I appreciate you reaching out about that. I mean, I would say, let me just turn this baby on. So, let's see. Your outlook is pretty grounded and sensical. Thank you, brother. I'm just a reflection of you, so I'm sure, yeah, you're grounded as well. Any tips on progressing? So, I could speak about this for a while, but let's get right to it. So, if you're not progressing, like, I don't know, I'm gonna assume maybe you're in, like, 0 years to 1 year to 2 years, right? We're gonna assume that's you're new. Maybe you're in 2-3 years and you just want to progress, right? Like, you're a beginner to intermediate, right? What I would recommend is, for one, allow yourself to really just, like, become enamored and explore what is very naturally inspiring you. Just, like, return to the artists and even just openly explore, like, put out that intention to find more artists that are really inspiring you, like the artists that really are comprehensive to your style and will allow you to grow your own style as a musician. But if we're talking on a technical sense, like, you want any tips about how to progress technically, then let's go, I would say, for one, have an awareness of your thumb placement. Have an awareness of, like, your posture and, things of, like, how your basic technique is almost, like, come back to the fundamentals of, like, say, learning, like, basic legato, like, just hammering on, pulling off, and sliding. Like, it's almost like one of the core tips that I love to offer people if you're, like, a new or just, like, relatively new guitarist is honoring how to, like, slide through the fretboard, like, how to actually, like, navigate the fretboard. It's really such a fundamental thing, but it is the difference that is, like, if you can slide through the fretboard, like, you can be like, bam, I'm here, then 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 I'm here, right? You can create such elaborate guitar playing based on just having a strong sliding technique, like a strong awareness of, like, I'm here, and then I'm here. I'm in an alternate tuning, so that's not necessarily in tune, but yeah, I would say honor what is inspiring you. Double down and be like, how can I learn about musicians? Listen deeply to the musicians that inspire you. Like, if you're in a place where you're not seeing yourself really, like, passionately inspired, but of course, on a technical level, return to some of the fundamentals, honoring how to sort of, like, just basically execute basic legato techniques, like, and have an awareness. Again, this is a really important thing. I made a little video about this, but thumb placement is literally the difference between, like, failing to, say, execute, like, a bar chord, or even just, like, failing to execute, like, some sort of tapping combo. And it's almost like there's so much that you can actually progress if you just honor, things like your thumb placement and learn how to, like, really, but not so much improv. So basic chords, but you want to learn to improvise. Yeah, yeah. I could go off on that for a while about like sort of how to improvise, and I will actually in a moment, but do I listen to jazz? And like who's my favorite guitarist? Jazz, yes, but not like I don't seek out jazz. But if I hear like good jazz, super dope. Like I'll listen to it with lots of love. But yeah, I mean my favorite guitarists are definitely like probably Alexander Misko, Ichika Nito, even though he's got some controversy about him. Marcin, Marcin, he's like the Swedish dude. Um, and also Estas Ton, like that's like one of my all-time favorite inspirations. He's just a really cool guy. So what do you think of the song blank blank, The Breath of Life? The Breath of Life. Interesting. I'm not sure if I can find that because there's like some Indian text that I can't. Let's see. Learn covers that you like. In my case, it worked. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing is, I spent many years learning covers, and I sometimes do vocal covers, like to honor, like 3 Days Grace and Breaking Benjamin and Oasis and stuff. Like, I'll do those just out of a soul sort of project. It's just like a passion project. I'm like, man, this is just fun, but I don't spend like excess time. But yeah, that's the thing is to Dean saying if you're talking about how to progress, that's exactly right. For me, I mean, there's many different ways to get good at improvising, but learning Andy McKee, Ryolin, and Nakagawa-san, and also Art of Motion, those three songs, I learned those about 10 years ago. When I was new to acoustic guitar, I was like playing acoustic for like 2 years, and I decided to learn Ryolin because a really good friend of mine, he brought a guitar to a music festival, and I basically was hanging out with him, and he played Ryolin, and I was like, that is the most beautiful song I've ever heard, and that's how I discovered Andy McKee, and that's also how I became very enamored with this style of guitar playing. So Dean's probably 1000% correct. It's like if you can find these artists, like these core artists that really inspire you to be a better guitarist, and then eventually break down their songs, like take the time to learn something that pushes you out of your comfort zone, this will accelerate your learning process. Kind of like what I was saying at the start of it is like basically if you're not progressing, it's because you need to light your soul on fire. You need to find artists that inspire you. You basically need to broaden your horizons and find artists that inspire you. I'm just gonna grab some water here. Mods for you here to save you, channel that. What's that? Yeah, but Dean's right. Yeah. I'm so confused, bro. So Commander, you joined the stream trying to apologize for being, unhinged, trolling, whatever, getting yourself kicked out or whatever. And so you displayed a bit of self-awareness, but then you decided to continue pulling those threads. So obviously you don't understand what crashing out means. Like, I'm not sure of the term. I can understand the context. Nobody's crashing out, brother. You're trying to just like gaslight this thing with your comments. So that's weird. But I think it's high time I'm going to time you out. You can return to your other account. It's all good, brother. Like, let's see. Put user in timeout. I'll throw you 30 minutes, whatever. But at this point you're kind of you're not really contributing to the chat. It's like I don't get like moderate or not, you realize it takes me 5 seconds to just boot you and I can just permanently, kick you out for like for a whole day. But I choose not to because obviously I feel like it's like that doesn't do anyone any good if you're not learning, understanding. But I'm trying to be here to just like hold space, but I think you're not I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. So learn covers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Was there a light bulb moment? Because I think just a commander to put a little pin on this, like I've said, a few times, and hopefully, this resonates. This is a guitar YouTube channel. Like if you hopefully desire to be a musician, if you, just like guitars, you like music, you want to be a part of this community, you know, and you want to step your ego aside, then you're welcome here, brother. But if that's not your intention, if you desire to just, you know, fan out your perspective and project, and you don't even understand what it means to be a musician, then this is not the community for you. Go find your community, but this is not it. Anyways, the light bulb moment, or gradual evolving. Yeah. Honestly, strangely enough, the light bulb moment was the moment that I just shared, where my friend Spencer, haven't seen Spencer in, like, you know, probably a few months or something. I haven't seen him, I don't hang out with him much anymore, but basically a good friend of mine showed me Andy McKee. And when I learned Andy McKee, this is where I learned harmonics. That is pinch harmonics, artificial. Oh, wow. My tonal amp is glitching out a bit. I think I know what I need to do, but yeah, long story short, I learned pinch harmonics from playing Andy McKee's song Violin, because at the end of the song, he does this beautiful section where he just does pinch harmonics, where he's doing like a one-handed tapping thing, right? So for me, artificial pinch harmonics, like just seeing this sound, that was a breakthrough. Like, I didn't know how to, I'll be honest, I didn't learn how to integrate artificial pinch harmonics, for about 7-8 years. Like, that's how long it took me to actually be like, okay, I can execute this. You know, I started with natural harmonics. Then eventually I integrated slap harmonics. And eventually I finally understood how to integrate these artificial harmonics. And for me, basically what I'm saying is, there's two parts to this. If you're not progressing in guitar, it's likely because you're not inspired enough. How do you get inspired? You literally just discover incredible musicians. You broaden your horizons. You know, you put out that intention. You go to open mics. You go to beaches. You meet guitarists. You ask about music, right? You just get passionate and curious. And then once you find music that resonates with you, you're like, wow, this is a brilliant musician. They've been, you know, killing it for the game for years. Then you begin to see what parts of what they're doing resonates with you so powerfully that it like lights your soul on fire. It's really that simple. It's like, find good musicians, find techniques that you really love, integrate in your playing style, grind it out X amount of years, and the next thing you know, you're doing what you've really desired to do in music. Chat, anyone Arthur Russell fan? Interesting. Very interesting. I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with Arthur Russell. Arthur. Not familiar at all. Let's see what this... Okay, some interviews. This is how we walk on the moon. This is what we're taking. Huh. Sweet. I'll give him a play sometime when I'm not on stream, because yeah, I can't. I don't want to copyright strike myself. Interesting. Yeah, it's funny because, like, I'm kind of in this process where I'm trying to almost, like, unpackage a few very specific niches of how I'd like to create long-format YouTube content. You know, just, like, objectively looking at my content, being like, what can I successfully release a lot of that's, like, a YouTube guitar dynamic that I think would really resonate with my viewers or a viewer as a whole. And I've come to a few conclusions. Like, one of them, you know, the one that I do often is, like, meditative guitar, where I'm basically, like, you know, walking through a forest maybe and just playing guitar, chilling out, doing Zen sort of stuff. And another niche is, like, I would love to basically teach people guitar, but say, like, go on, like, Reddit. Like, I think Reddit, for some reason, it's a very interesting entry where I could basically create, you know, engagement in Reddit forums talking about I don't know, maybe the music community or music lessons or what people find. Like it's like finding an objective community of people that are talking about their experiences, say Reddit, and then commenting on these, having an open dialogue, making this kind of interesting, immersive YouTube experience. That's a secondary thing I'd love to do. And another one that have considered, but I've never really pulled the trigger in, is commentary or about, what is it? Basically like listening to music for the first time and then, commenting on it, like doing reactions. I think that's the word. Yeah. So how does your drum ass come along, Commander? Drum ass. I already gave him a timeout, but yeah. Yeah. I don't know, the dude, all I remember, like, if I'm being super transparent, is to our homie Dean-san. But, basically, I remember when I was doing a live stream, I had, like, thousands of people on the stream. Commander kind of popped in at some point, and he started just kind of, like, saying some unhinged stuff, and, yeah, I remember I basically did what I'd constantly be doing. I've been like, hey, bro, it's a music channel. Like, I get you're trying to project, and I remember just trying to, like, poke holes in his narrative to kind of give him a bit of self-awareness, because dudes like Commander, he's gonna just be like, the dude needs to learn. He needs to learn some shit. Maybe I'm gonna be the one teacher, maybe not. I don't know. I don't really care too much. But the reality is, it's like he's going on these YouTube channels, looping out his projections. He's trying to air out his projections. He's trying to figure out something. And honestly, from one brother to another, like, he's a human being. I'd love for him to sort of, like, get some sort of shred of self-awareness of being like, oh, wait, like, maybe there's a better way to, like, engage in these communities. Maybe there's a better way to do whatever he's trying to do. And, yeah, so I'm just curious. It's almost like this is all a social experiment. So I basically, what's the word? Timed out his channel. He popped on another channel, popped in, was saying some more stuff. Because it's like, I don't get, what people don't realize is, again, like, it takes 5 seconds for me to time out somebody. Like, I can do it immediately. Doesn't really matter. And in the future, I'm going to have moderators that just immediately time you out, if you're going to say some weird, unhinged stuff. So while I'm a new channel, it's like, you know what, I might as well try to hold space, try to, for the odd, like, 1% outlier that decides to come here and say some weird, unhinged stuff. It's like, I might as well try to, practice a little bit of compassion and empathy while we're here, right? Might as well. Don't have to, but, yeah. A Terrence of unintelligible. Yeah, I mean, it's... He can take... That's the thing, is, like... Strangely enough, I think he just needs that. He needs to take a breather. Like, because let's be real here. It's like, Commander aside, this is the same thing for anyone that decides to come to a YouTube stream, right? And they come here and they're like, hey, let's say some unhinged stuff. Let's throw some salt. Let's pretend that, any of our arguments or one-dimensional perspectives matter. They're missing one key thing. And this is the internet. This is a YouTube live stream. Like, that's the thing that I wanted to say. I did say. I'm not sure if you received the message. This is a YouTube live stream. Like, there's a weird, fundamental amount of cognitive dissonance that is present when a person comes on a YouTube live stream, or, it's the same thing when you see a person on, like, Facebook or the internet, and they're sitting there arguing, like, oh, damn, like, let's argue our brains out, right? Doesn't do a whole lot. Like, arguing is not a thing that we're meant to do, in this one-dimensional narrative, right? Like, this is the internet. It's a time and place to do certain things, but let's not pretend that, this is the real world. If you want to argue, if you want to get to some deeper truth, if you got to air out your weird one-dimensional projections, if you got the balls to do that, you do that in the real world. Like, that's where you actually are going to be able to make sense of these things. And it's a weird sort of parallel. It's like, most people, if you got things that are controversial truths that you got to figure out, or, you want to argue for whatever reason, you got to do it in the real world. This is a YouTube stream. Like, it's almost like, in the simplest way, what I'm summarizing is, if a person is literally lacking the self-awareness to realize the difference between the internet and a YouTube stream, for example, and what the real world is, they got deeper problems they need to address. Like, they got a deeper cognitive dissonance or, mental pathology that they're not addressing. And let's just, like, that's what they got to be focusing on. It's like, here's your moment to be like, hey, brother, this is the internet. I know you're lost here. I know you're confused. You're trying to pretend this is the real world, but guess what? You got to figure out that difference, and you got to figure that out soon. Anyways, Wonderwall. This guy really wants me to play Wonderwall. I don't know Wonderwall, brother. I'm sorry. It's a beautiful song, but yeah. Dude, how do you think I should encourage my autistic friend to do YouTube live and he's scared? Autism friend. Well, I mean, not to this is the other homie's truth, but one of my viewers actually, the guitar YouTuber guy, I mean, I guess he doesn't probably care. He's expressing, he happens to be autistic, and he's a pretty intelligent individual. Like, he's an intelligent, competent dude. So, like, what I'm saying is there's other people that have autism that are, like, diving into YouTube world doing great. So I'd say to Ashveda, recognize there is other people of all different sorts that are on different spectrums that are doing well on YouTube. And yeah, don't let that fear of your own lens or your own mental, state, don't let that be something that limits you. But that being said, I'll be perfectly honest, because we keep it real here. People will fail. You're going to, on YouTube, you have to have a very strong belief system and a very strong adaptive, mentality. It doesn't matter if you have, say autism, for example, nothing wrong with that, or you have zero, things of that nature. Everyone's, open to fail. Like, you're going to succeed and fail and go through successions and periods of success and periods of failure. Doesn't matter what sort of realm of your mind you're in. It's like, basically, people will succeed with or without autism, and yeah, no one should feel like that should be a limitation, because you can succeed, and there's other YouTubers that have succeeded, that have that exact same thing. So yeah, I think they should just have fun, discover and figure it out. Country Roads. I'm one of the main admins in the DIY tour booking Facebook pages. If you ever want to book some of our shows or sets, I got you. DIY, do-it-yourself tour bookings. Oh, nice. I'll keep that in mind, Jesse. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for the good intention. So it's do-it-yourself tour booking Facebook pages. Yeah, keep that in mind. Touring, sets. I don't know exactly. Yeah. Wonderwall is the worst Oasis song. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm sure Oasis is tired as shit of playing that song. Like, I'm sure they liked it at some point. I thought it was a good song until I heard it everywhere. Then I was like, I don't know. And until everyone as a guitarist asked me to, like, to figure that out. Sometimes the biggest trolls have a turnaround, become the community chat teddy bear. Yeah. That's what's so funny is you're right, Jesse. You're right, Jesse Alexander. Because, yeah, there's, like, probably about 3 or 4 people, that I can think of. Good dudes. Actually, one of the dudes popped in earlier. His name was Mark. That dude he popped on my thing. He wasn't, like, a troll, per se, but he was, like, throwing out his, his projections. He was throwing some outlandish stuff that was kind of, like, borderline negative, was just, like, it felt like it was trolling. And I remember, like, holding space for him, having a conversation with him, like, all right, brother, like, let's talk about this. Let's talk about why you believe XYZ. And I remember after, like, an hour of just chilling, and I wasn't talking just with him, I was talking with the whole stream. Eventually, yeah, he turned out, I was like, oh, this dude's actually dope as fuck. Like, he's actually a really dope dude. So that definitely is true. That rings true. Is some of these people, like, and that's probably why unconsciously I'm also trying to hold space for Commander. I mean, Commander's, he's been, oh, disconnected, reconnected. But yeah, that's probably unconsciously why I'm doing the same thing for Commanders. Like, I kind of just want Commander to just to, like, clue in and be like, oh, word, like, you're welcome in this community, brother, if you desire to. If you don't desire to, then, obviously you're going to get kicked out or timed out or whatever. But it's like, I do believe that, like, no matter what, like, this is the funny thing. Like, I'll make this very quick because I want to return to the comments and making music. It's on top of the fact that most people forget this is the real world, or forget this is not the real world. Is like, most people don't realize, like, if you were here, like, we're maintaining eye contact, having an interaction in the real world, even if you're a person that's trolling me or being like, yo, blah, 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 90% of these people, if not more, if they had this conversation face to face with me, it would not play out the same way at all. Like if they were to say something that's like borderline unhinged or even disrespectful or hateful, I would not I would not take that, with a grain of salt. Like, they would basically realize that, this is a human being in front of you. And I'm personally not the kind of guy that's shies away from confrontation. Like, if someone's going to be, disrespectful or disrespectful to women or hatred to people, like, I have zero problems confronting people. And the fact of the matter is, most people in the real world, for the better or for the worse, like, if a person's like, trying to be a weird troll, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna outcast you. I'm not gonna alienate you. I'm gonna try to hold space for you. I'm gonna basically try to match the energy in a healthy way and understand, why a person's trying to be XYZ and basically realize that we're humans. Like, a person to person interaction, when a person is trying to be weird and outlandish, is often because they've forgotten how to interact and communicate in the real world. And this is the deep seated thing is a lot of people, like, when they're on the internet projecting weird, unhinged stuff, they forget that in the real world, at least if you're a, genuine, integral human being, most people, it's full of love. Like if you go in a community of people that are like-minded individuals and you go out into the real world, you realize that most people are pretty cool. They have good intentions. Like they're actually like, they're decent human beings. Like most people are. Obviously there's people that aren't that way, but it's almost like, I think the summary to this is you gotta touch grass. Like sometimes you gotta touch grass and be like, oh yeah, the real world is real, it's beautiful. And this goes tenfold to everything. Yeah. So they need to get their bad negative energy out until they feel safe. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot. But some people, who knows? Yeah. That's the facts. I mean, honestly, magic mushrooms goes a long way. Like, it really is like... And I'll be honest, even further, just disconnecting from social media goes a long way. Like, that's the thing. I have a deep-seated belief that a lot of these people that are, like, confused, right? They're scrolling through social media, and they're, maybe they're airing out projections. These people literally just need to take a step away. That's what they need. They need to just put down their phone. Like, they need to just disconnect, unplug. They need to stop going through these loops on their phone. They just need to realize, okay, this is a time to take a step back and put down their phones. And it's a sad reality that people get to that place. Amazing. Appreciate you, Osveta. I mean, straight up, like Floyd Rose, the homie that was here earlier. Again, I don't want to like disclose. He shared this. With the stream. Is like he also has autism, and he's a dope human being. Like, literally, he's a good dude. So it's like very much autism or not. You can succeed in anything you want to do. And in the same right, to be transparent is like, there's regular people that have, zero sort of disorder of any sort that are also succeeding or trying and failing all the time. Like, it's kind of like, it's not mutually exclusive. Ashe, head loss. Mark is a massive prat. Huh. I don't know what you're talking about, but very well. Play Stairway to Heaven. Huh. Could we interspace words with music? Interspace. Insperse. I think I know what you're saying. Absolutely. That is exactly what I'd love to do. Yeah. Ashe, brother. Of course. Appreciate you, man. Gotta get those dollar bills, bro. Gotta watch some Suits and throw on the greenback. That's great. Be well, brother. Yeah. Go to the forest and play Aeroplane. Honestly, I don't know that song, and unfortunately it's too cold to be in the forest. But I hear you, dog. The forest, it's the place to be. Oh, getting a call. Oh, had to just decline that. Had to decline that call. But hear my neighbor's AC units humming. Huh. That's great. No, that's great. Music is everywhere. Music is everywhere. That's the wrong way. I can't say I know how to play Sweet Child of Mine. Yeah, no clue how to perform that. So I've been hearing my neighbors and that. Yeah, I can. I'm in alternate tuning. If you remember, I'm in dropped B with alternate key, the two strings. So I can't play E minor chords in A minor and E minor. Because again, I'm in alternate tuning. I mean, I can. What is this? It's a B. I can play some weird variations that are the shapes of E minor, but again, we're in alternate tuning, so everything is just mixed up. That sounds beautiful. I don't know what that is. Everything's completely jumbled, so regular chord shapes don't apply. Do I have any pan drums? You mean like tongue drums in what's they called? Yeah, I know what you mean. No, I don't have those. I'm gonna get a tongue drum though. I've been looking on Facebook Market. I have regular drums, like little hand drums, but not like. Oh damn! I gotta adjust that. Uno momento. Is that? Yeah. I can probably do that after the stream. I gotta adjust some of the tension on my tonal amp. Let's see. Live 15. Huh? That's so weird. Looks like because since my live cut out, it like reset it. Very weird. Well, doesn't really matter. Whatever the time frame is, I think we're at an hour and a half. Probably the next like 15 minutes, I'll take a break. I'll probably go, I'm going to do a run, do a cold plunge, do some meditation, work on some studio recording lyrics. But beyond that, dashboard. Nice. 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 We're almost at 1050. We're almost at the 1050. I think once I hit 1050, that'll be the mark. That's what we're going for this stream. I can't play Wonderwall. I'm sure you're trolling, but I must say, stop spamming Wonderwall and Sweet Child of Mine. I can't play either of those. Not a cover artist. I'm sorry. Not really sorry, but... Damn. Yeah, my thing keeps blipping out. Because I'm doing these acoustic percussions. Oh well. Maybe let's just quickly... I'm just going to do a thing while we're just chilling. So this... I'm basically doing this thing right now where, with the tone wood amp, sometimes if you ever have a tone wood amp, and in the future, this is like a Model 1, they have little tabs that you basically have to like press out to make sure the batteries are successfully in place, and if they're not in place, the amp will actually flip off. So then what you do is you take like a piece of wire like this. Actually, maybe not that piece. This is wire, whatever. You take like a piece of wire, like metal wire or copper, and then you just pull the tabs. And then it fixes the amp. So this is what I gotta do here. Go down here. Pull it up. Make sure it works. Oh. That might have done the trick. Let's see. And just like that, I think we fixed the amp, as we do. DIY guitar stuff. We just do it all here, baby. Fella soup. I have no clue, friend. Okay, I think that fixed it. I think we're all golden. Yeah. Good times. Oh yeah. Let me produce some acoustic. Oh yeah, we're fixed. We're good. Back to normal programming. Handpan. You have a wall of handpan drums in your lifeline. Just for fun, manifesting. Yeah, this is for you. I don't know why. Yeah. You're not wrong. I've jammed with many really talented handpan artists. And because primarily the pan flute, this instrument, the wind instrument, goes extremely well with the handpan. Handpans are, of course, those are like $2,000, or like a good one's like $1.5 at least. So yeah, there's handpan's very low on my list of instruments. I have a lot of instruments that I would purchase before a handpan. But a tongue drum, it's like the cheap little ones, well, it's like $60, $70. That I'm going to purchase. I'm going to find, but the thing is, I'm actually going to look in Vancouver, which is, I'm in British Columbia. I'm going to go to a place in Vancouver to meet somebody and look at their tongue drum so I can try it. Because the thing with tongue drums, and this is actually the same limitation with handpans, is they're only tuned to one scale in one key, or not one scale, they're tuned to usually one key. It's like the key of C major or whatever, or this key of A sharp or A minor, typically. Yeah, A minor. Right? Or maybe F sharp or whatever. They're tuned to one key. And I'll be honest, as a musician, especially like as a guitarist, as a pan flute artist, whatever, being tuned to one key sucks. Like, it just sucks. Now, you can obviously master the one key, but even further, why being tuned in like a stalemate thing is you also can't, play outside of the key or outside of the hertz level. Because, like, if I would explain very simply, the pan flute, this is why I love the pan flute among various things. The pan flute not only can be tuned, like this can be tuned with corks inside of it, but I can also move to different keys and different hertz by doing this. Right? I change the key by bending it. It's that simple. And what's valuable at that is obviously I can change keys, I can do a diversity of different stuff musically, but also, for instance, my guitar, this guitar is in 432 hertz, dropped to B with an alternate on the first two strings. And the thing with that is, you may understand 432 hertz is the hertz, is the frequency, the vibrational state that aligns with nature. You know, everything's tuned universally to 440 hertz. So if you're a, you know, a pan or a handpan player or tongue drum player, and you want to say jam with other people, or you just want to jam with yourself, you cannot leave 440 hertz in the singular key you're in. You know, if you want to enter alternate keys, if you want to enter a minor key, that's probably, yeah, I'm in alternate tuning, but the idea is if you want to enter a minor key versus a major key, or you want to enter 432 hertz versus 440 hertz, or maybe you want to jump up to 444 hertz, the angel frequency, you cannot do that with a handpan. You cannot do that with a tongue drum, sadly. You know, there's some parts to it, but it's very limiting. And as a musician, you know, guitar is a very diverse instrument. I can tune myself to any hertz. I can do any key, any scale. Obviously, it takes a musical awareness to do that, but the reality is, like, you can do all that, and that's truly where the beauty of music is. It's not just in the ability to just play one, you know, set key or scale. It's to be able to, like, create diversity. Bro, when I get to a short to 1 million, it'll be crazy. I mean, yeah. Honestly, bro, that's 1 million in every metric benchmark. Like, if you hit 1 million on a shorts, like, you're doing something right. Like, you know, audience, the algorithm, it loves you. But that being said, like, this is, I mean, again, I'm a cynic of shorts. Is like, even if you get 1 million in shorts, I mean, if you do that and you can do that for 10 of those, then you get monetized, and, you know, but the idea is you make so little money off shorts. Like, even if you get 1 million views on a shorts, that's like $50, you know, that's like nothing. It's literally like the difference between, if you get 1 million views on a long format, that's like $10,000. Like, if you're in a regular ad revenue thing, even if you're not even including for sponsored, if you make 1 million views on a long format YouTube, you're making like 10 grand at least, maybe like 5 to 10 depending on your thing. But that's insane. Like, think about that. If you make 5 to 10 grand, that's like a month's income, bang, in one video. That is worth achieving. Like, on a short, you make like maybe $50 if you're lucky. Like, it's like maybe 50, maybe 100. If you got sponsored, you can boost those numbers. But that's like such a massive difference. And again, don't quote me on that. Maybe that's a little bit off, but that's what I remember reading. It's like shorts are just, they're good for boosting your audience. They're good for getting subscribers. But what the long-term application of shorts is like so minuscule compared to the rest of YouTube. Like, if you get, you know, if you blow up on the algorithm on streams, you blow up on long format, you're making like real money. Like, you can become like a full-time paid out YouTuber very quickly. And it's like shorts, they're kind of like nothing in comparison. I mean, they're great for what they are. Like, again, don't get me wrong. But I don't know. It blows my mind, because when I was new to YouTube, I thought shorts were so cool. I was like, yeah, like, let's focus them. Let's blow these up. But it's like, it actually doesn't really get you that much. Where are you from? Wow, this guy's very adamant. I'm in British Columbia, my guy. But that being said, again, the original thought is true. Like, you hit 1 million in a short, you've done something really well. And like, that knowledge, that subscriber base, everything you've attained from that short, you transfer that to long format, and you're killing it. So obviously, I hope you get there. I hope you get there, my dog. Like, genuinely, I hope you get there soon. I mean, shit. I hope I get there soon. Yeah. Nature sounds good. Yeah. Ashay, buddy. It was amazing meeting. Yeah. Feel free. I'm going to exit this stream in the next, like, 10 minutes, probably myself. Yeah. Hop on my friend's stream. Check him out. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Guru Vanets. Sure. Let's look into the homies. This is even a fun thing you can do, is you can actually hop on other people's streams when you're streaming and, like, do a little... Let's see. Guru Hanet. Let's see. Guru Thanet. Yeah, that's the word. Guru Thanet. Oh. Okay. Okay. He's doing something. Okay, he's chilling. He's got bowls. Got 1 billion flutes. Very nice. Homie's sitting at 15K. Very nice.
Your friends all go hang out at the bar. The only time you hang out with your friends.
Okay, speaking in a very zen way. Very nice. I'm going to turn him off his volume, because I don't want to get... I don't know exactly how it works if I were to lose. You know, maybe it's like I get some sort of strike. So he's speaking about going to the bar, saying you need new friends. Okay, I mean, hey. I get it. I'm a sober raver. I don't know. I think so. It seems like the homie seems like a chill guy is giving some advice about like if all your friends is going to the bar, get some new friends. Sure. I mean, if we extrapolate that, I'll be honest here. I'm a sober raver. I've been going to raves for like 16 years, raving sober 11 years. To be perfectly honest, yeah, bars suck. Like bars, they're not the vibe. Like, but I'll be honest, I'm a massive advocate of partying, of celebrating, of having fun, enjoying life in sobriety. Like I have many friends that, choose to drink alcohol, choose to do substances. I choose not to. Have for 11 years, it's going very well. But yeah, I don't think the answer is to like stop going to bars and, stop like, shaming people that are going to bars, but I think the answer is to learn to celebrate life without trying to act like, alcohol or alcoholism is the way. But that's some more unsolicited advice for you guys. Heard that the classical guitar is basically an orchestra. Very cool. But thank you for chiming in, Jesse. You add some beautiful energy here. Yes, sir. Brain Sue Green Day. Assume you mean brain soup. I have no idea how to play that, brother. Nice, bro. You got an idea. Yeah, I mean, pull those strings, dog. Let those ideas ruminate and come to life. Yeah. I've had lots of ideas lately. It's great. It's good to be inspired. That's it. And more of these. I will make a video about tuning. Okay. Tell people all the AdSense is going to charity, which is true. Nice checks and comes and all the money will go to charity. Huh. Right. I suppose, I'll be very forthcoming, like, to Floyd, that's a good intention, and I know you have good intentions beyond, but you need to realize, too, that Jack. Yeah, I know you, Commander. Commander is Jack. This is his second account. Welcome, Commander. Welcome and goodbye. We don't like hate speech here. But anyways, tuning fork with the string, yes, sir. I'd say, yeah, my fair warning to Floyd Rose, I know you have good intentions. Like, coming to know you, you say your connection to the Heart Foundation is good. But also, some people might perceive what you're doing as kind of like using the charity to try to still, like, promote your channel, make money, which is technically true, which is not a bad thing, but it's almost like you don't really have the basis to, like, truly make money yet through your channel, so it's like you're basically trying to promote your channel, not trying to, you don't have any certainty you can make AdSense from that. You will, obviously, if you blow up, and once you kind of broaden it up to that, I don't know. Again, I think you have good intentions, like, I know for a fact you do. But it's like some people might see that and think, okay, you're trying to use the idea of charity to trying to get clicks, which is not the end of the world, but I don't know. It's almost like people might misinterpret your good intentions. Not because of you don't have good intentions, but because there are people out there that do that, just use like, hey, this is a charity, to kind of like use it as like clickbait or just like have it so people will try to engage. And it's like, I don't know. I'd say tread lightly with that. Like, use your best judgment, but it feels like, what the heck is in the comment? What the hell is in the comments? I mean, there's nothing wrong in the comments. That Jack is Commander. They're the same dude. It's the same one dude who's putting mental energy into like engaging in the stream for whatever reason. Like, there's no, I don't know, what's the word? You know, is like he's trying to, what's the word? It's like, you know, there's no such thing as bad press. It's like he's giving me engagement, but also I don't know if I don't want Commander's judgment. Bro, I don't know what the... I'm so confused. I think it's all you, Commander. Like, who gives their cousin free reign to their phone, their account? Like, that's just... Anyways, well, good that you kicked rocks, or... your second personality cousin. Good that he's not throwing out hate speech, but... Like, again, like, I'm going to make this really clear, as I've said, like, this is a music YouTube channel. We're here to promote music, to inspire each other. It's a meditative safe space. This is, if you want to do stand-up comedy, if you want to troll people, if you want to project and, you know, blah, 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 do that on another stream. Like, you're cordially invited to leave the stream. That's, like, the last warning. Like, if you're going to say unhinged stuff, I'm just going to send you out of here. That's it. Yeah. Like, I'm a fan of stand-up comedy too, but it's like, this is not the place. And of course, hate speech isn't even stand-up comedy. It's just lazy. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some passages from the Dream Yoga book I've been reading. Well, we're on page 130. This book is beautiful. Basically what this is metaphysical philosophy. And it's beautiful, almost like ancient precept. So what is the actual experience of illusionary form like? Does it mean to perceive the world as dreamlike? Question mark. This chapter often is a glimpse into the pure vision, which can be only comprehended when you finally see with your own meditative eyes. I'm going to evoke this experience from a number of different angles, each like a dot that is a Ponticelist painting. Ponticelism was a product of Impressionism. Interesting, never heard of any of these things, except Persianism. And that's the best we can do when we're trying to explain emptiness and illusionary form from a conceptual point of view. So, he reads these quotes. As perceived by a Buddha, all experiences that are samsaric beings have no more substantial value than dreams. It all looks like you're dreaming. Yeah. So Buddha became Buddha because he recognized that everything's a dream, including himself. Yeah, beautiful. So the following points create an impression of what it's like to see the world from an awakened perspective, and may inspire to take this practice to see for yourself. So, cutting through mere appearance. The classic text described 12 analogies of illusion. For an awakened, 1. Things appear like the moon reflected in the water. Mirages, dreams, echoes, visual distortions, optical illusions, rainbows, lightning, water bubbles, a reflection in the mirror, or a magical illusions. That's perfect. These analogies all denote a lack of solidity. When things are seen as illusionary, appearances become thinner and lighter. I think of it as, I remember when I was broke and every dollar would have helped. If I can give anything away to the cause that matters, doesn't matter how much money it is. Yeah. Because the reality is, back when I was struggling, anything would have helped. You know, I really think, definitely not reading the Bible, yes. Yeah, to Floyd, like, I really feel, like, straight up, Floyd, I know, like, I've, seen you present on this channel. I've seen your channel. You have good intentions. Like, I know you do. And you even speak very openly, like, how your intentions are, like, so deeply rooted to, your own struggles. So I think that's intentionally rooted. But it's like, I think it's like, all I'll say is tread lightly. Tread lightly and keep an open mind that some people, not yourself, might use something like a charity to like promote themselves. There's an easy way to be like, oh yeah, let's gain clicks, let's gain views, and that may negatively reflect. It may like people might be like, oh, this guy's just trying to make money or use this as an entry point. But I don't know. Again, maybe I'm wrong. Like you have a good intention, see how it goes. But it's like, I don't know. When I think of it intuitively, it's like if someone were to just use a charity, it is a successful way to get people's like immediate attention, their sympathy. And if it's like if you're not actually making money yet, to actually give back to the charity, then it may just perceive like you're just doing it to gain views, which you're not, because I know you have like a genuine connection to it. But yeah, I don't know. Something to keep in mind. Like again, that's just my honest opinion of what I think using a charity may translate, but no. Bro, what the heck, Commander? I don't know why. I thought I timed you out, but let's see. Yeah. All I can say is to Commander, if you're still watching this, brother, you are like nothing personal, but you should not be giving people advice. Like, you probably should not be giving people advice. Okay, so talk music. Yes, yes. Yeah. It's a yellow summer. I've been talking music for an hour and a half. My guy. Yeah. We're talking lucid dreaming right now for this brief blip. So by cutting through mere appearances as we know them are mere and that they have no essential nature. With the laser of insight, things become more see-through. It's like replacing medieval battle armor with a Nejali. I don't know what that is. Instead of being deflected by appearances, you're lured into seeing through them. Yeah. And then the Buddha himself said, know all things to be like this. A mirage, a cloud castle, a dream, an apparition, without essence, but with qualities that can be seen. Knowing all things to be like this, as the moon in a bright sky, and some clear lake reflected, through to the lake that the moon has never moved. Know all things to be like this, as an echo that derives from music, sounds, and weeping. In that echo there is no melody. Know all things to be like this, as a magician makes illusions of horses, oxen, carts, and other things. Nothing is as it appears. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, but no, we're not definitely not talking about anything Jesus related. Nothing against that. That's just not my. That's a part of this channel. If you're talking about politics or religion, I'm probably gonna ask you to leave. I'm just reading a philosophy. It's about dream yoga. So this is a lucid dreaming book, and he's referring to dimensions. He's referring to the Buddha because the Buddha was a lucid dreamer. He was like an avid lucid dreamer. Among ancient Tibetans, they're the ones that actually developed ancient Tibetans and ancient Toltecs. So the ancient, Spanish. These are the people that historically unlocked lucid dreaming or did this a lot. So basically, I'm just reading a book that's talking about the illusion of things. Bro, how many channels do you have, bro? Yeah. Yeah, dog. It's a great book. I speak about this very openly on this channel. I've been studying lucid dreaming the last like 5-6 months. Beautiful practice. Yeah, beautiful practice. Very healthy. Yeah, no. I don't know. I guess, again, like, I speak from my own bias. It's like, personally, if I think I would love to do charity streams myself in the future, once I have, like, maybe a 10K, 20K subscriber fan base, once I've established myself, once I have monetized and I'm receiving income regularly, then it's like, yes, I would love to actually, like, start doing stuff like that, like charity work. That's a beautiful intention, and I think that's continually a beautiful thing to introduce attention to. I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt. Like, yeah. I haven't won that channel. Word. Yeah. Make sure to tell people to do charity streams. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think any channel is all charity streams. Again, I think it's my skepticism, or my, like, the skeptic in me is just saying that there might be some people that see a stream and go, "Oh, this guy's a new YouTuber and he's trying to attract streams using the charity as like uh like a focal point." And they might immediately be like, "Oh, well then that's let's not click on that." Or they're maybe, I don't know, it's like maybe they'll just think that you don't have good intentions. It's not that you don't, but it's like there are people that do that. Like there's people that literally be like, "Hey, let's use a stream as a way to gather views and attention." But I don't know. Also, what do I know? Like, truthfully, maybe it's like once you consistently show up and show you are authentic and integral with, you care about these streams, then you will attract the right viewers. So I'm sure that could go in a very positive direction too. Like, or you aren't trying to grow your channel. It just makes sense business-wise. Yeah. I'm not sure who you're referring to. If you're referring to me or, yeah, the homie, of course, all of us are trying to grow our YouTube channel. I'm actively trying to grow my YouTube channel. Yeah, my goal is in about 6 months to be at about 30K. Yeah, I want to be a full-time YouTuber. YouTube. Yeah, depends on what you want to do with your channel to be about. Oh yeah, no, I'm sure some people don't desire to like grow a YouTube channel for like XYZ, business, this, that. I don't know. Many people have different reasons to grow a YouTube channel. I personally have a strong intention that obviously growing a YouTube channel takes an insane amount of intention and an insane amount of time investment. So why wouldn't you want to grow, like if you're going to grow a YouTube channel, right? Or if you're going to do YouTube, unless it's like, you want to do it so it's purely passion, you're making tons of money already in your life, amazing. But as a dude, for me, I desire to be a full-time YouTuber. Like I desire to make a massive income while also building a community and loving every part of it. But yeah, again, it takes an insane amount of time investment, an insane amount of energy to succeed in YouTube. So of course, why would you do it half-assed? Like if you're going to do YouTube, you're going to probably want to succeed, because there's also a lot of people that try to do YouTube and fail. Like that's just an inevitability. It's like something, like 10% of people are succeeding in all of YouTube. 90% of people are just either viewers or they're people that are just trying and failing. And it's just statistics, I love how that just like perfectly aligned with me like playing the wrong scale. Just ding dong. Then you should partner with a charity and stop crying about it. Got a charity for you. It's called the Fake Deep Charity. Oh, Frank. Bro, are you the same, bro, what the this is the same dude. Fake Deep, yeah. I was under the misconception that was a real, don't worry, ignore what's his name. Frank was another, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think this is the thing, Floyd. Like if I really think of this openly, it's truthfully, yeah, if you're in a place where you can like successfully, consistently prove your intention is pure, you show with your actions that you're like, oh word, you're here with a good cause, then it could translate well. But it's like, I think intuitively, I personally wouldn't desire to start to try to involve charity work unless I know I'm going to be receiving like money that I can give to the charity. Like being like, okay, I'm making, an X amount and I know that that's translating. I guess you're maybe in a unique position. You got sponsored, through this external guy where you are making money. So you can be like, hey, this is what I promoted. This is what I gave to the charity. So you know what? I think what you're doing is going to work great. Like keep it up, brother. Keep up the good work. Yeah, but no, ignore what Frank is. Frank was count number 5 or something. Commander is like, man, that dude, I gotta say, he's very committed to the bit. I have to say, he's very committed to the weird bit. of harassing this channel. Very weird, dude. Yeah. Like, you think he had better things to do with his time, but I guess not. Anyways, so we're at 40 minutes here. Yeah, I think we're pushing just over the 2-hour mark. I think we're going to put a close to the stream for now, yeah. I must say, though, I'm happy the stream was successful. It was a fun, interesting, excuse me, interesting stream today. Some success. You know, I feel like what I've been noticing with streaming is, obviously, part of streaming is like, you know, intelligently placing your streams, doing quality streams where you're basically building, you know, good rapport with the algorithm, so to speak. And in time, once you build that, eventually I feel like it just organically goes in a positive slope. But yeah. Yeah, c'est la vie. You gotta just do, gotta do YouTube stuff to succeed in YouTube. Very nice. 1 subscriber away from 1050. I mean, it's just an arbitrary number, but yeah, I think we're gonna put a close to this stream, but very much, yeah, feel free to subscribe to this channel if this content resonates with you. Very much, I teach music and I do meditative sound journeys in guitar, among various things. But yeah, if you want to help me bring this channel to 1050, that'd be legendary. Such a great prop. Such a great prop. Peace. Be well. Be well. And thank you, community. Thank you. Much love. Shit. What's good, Ben? What's good? We out. We out. We'll be back probably in a few hours, yeah.